The Dream of Martin Luther King Jr. The story of America is a story of a dream. A dream of freedom, of equality, of justice for all. And in the 20th century, one voice rose above the tumult to become the most powerful champion of that dream. This is the story of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Our story begins not with Martin, but with Michael. Michael King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. His father was a preacher, a man of deep conviction. After a trip to Germany, inspired by the Protestant reformer Martin Luther, Michael King Sr. changed his own name and his son's. And so, Michael Jr. became Martin Luther King Jr. Young Martin's childhood was shaped by the harsh realities of the segregated South. He grew up in a loving community, but a divided nation. A painful lesson came early when a white playmate was told he could no longer play with Martin because of the color of his skin. He learned from his father the duty to love, but he also witnessed his father's fierce dignity, refusing to accept the insult of segregation. A brilliant student, King skipped 2 grades and entered Morehouse College at just 15. It was there, under the guidance of the college president, Dr. Benjamin Mays, that he found his calling. He decided to join the ministry, believing the church could be a force for social justice. He continued his studies in the North, at Crozer Theological Seminary and then Boston University, where he earned his doctorate. It was in Boston that he met a talented music student named Coretta Scott. They married in 1953 and would go on to have 4 children. Dr. King's journey into history began not by choice, but by circumstance. In 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, a woman named Rosa Parks refused to give up her bus seat to a white man. Her arrest sparked a citywide boycott of the buses. The community needed a leader, and they chose the young, new pastor of Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, the 26-year-old Dr. King. For 385 days, African Americans in Montgomery walked, carpooled, and endured harassment rather than ride segregated buses. King's house was bombed. He was arrested. But he preached a powerful new idea to the movement: nonviolent resistance. The boycott was a stunning success, ending segregation on Montgomery's buses and launching King onto the national stage. He helped form the Southern Christian Leadership Conference to take the fight for civil rights across the South. The struggles were long and hard. In Albany, Georgia, they were defeated. In Birmingham, Alabama, they faced Police Commissioner Bull Connor's fire hoses and police dogs. The images from Birmingham shocked the conscience of the nation and the world. It was from a jail cell in Birmingham that King wrote one of the most important documents of the 20th century, his letter from Birmingham jail. He argued that justice could not wait, and that one had a moral responsibility to disobey unjust laws. The movement built towards a crescendo. On August 28, 1963, 250,000 people, black and white, gathered at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. for the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. It was here that Dr. King delivered his eternal sermon to America, "I Have a Dream." The following year, largely because of the movement's efforts, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 became law, outlawing segregation. And that same year, at just 35 years old, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. But the work was not done. The fight for the right to vote led to Selma, Alabama. During a march, protesters were brutally beaten on the Edmund Pettus Bridge on a day that became known as Bloody Sunday. The event galvanized the nation and led to the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. As the years passed, King's vision expanded. He began to speak out fiercely against the poverty that afflicted Americans of all races and against the Vietnam War. This made him unpopular in many quarters. The FBI, under J. Edgar Hoover, saw him as a radical and engaged in a vicious campaign to discredit him. In the spring of 1968, Dr. King went to Memphis, Tennessee to support striking sanitation workers. On April 3, he gave a speech that seemed to foreshadow his fate: "I've been to the mountaintop, and I've seen the promised land." The next evening, April 4, 1968, as he stood on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. The man was killed, but the dream could not be. His death was not the end of his story. It was a new beginning. His life of service and moral courage helped transform America. His words continue to echo through time, challenging each new generation to build a nation of true justice, equality, and brotherhood. His legacy is etched not just in stone, but in the heart of a nation still striving to fulfill his dream.